Hi, I'm Darren Miles with Darren Miles Photography based here in beautiful, sunny Naples, Florida. Now for something a little bit different and a break from my usual reviews. Every now and again I find a unique product for a low price that does something pretty cool that may help you enhance your video projects and potentially enhance your filmmaking. For example, I recently discovered some relatively inexpensive filters that imitate the bokeh and flare effects that you'd get with an anamorphic lens. Now, you're probably asking, what's an anamorphic lens anyway? Well, just a little bit of background. Without going into a long drawn-out explanation, anamorphic lenses were originally created so that a wider aspect ratio could fit onto a smaller standard film frame. Basically, anamorphic lenses stretched out the image horizontally to fit onto a smaller space for a wide-angle look, essentially creating the widescreen effect or the 16:9 aspect ratio. Now, in stretching out the image for widescreen viewing, the anamorphic effect was created, which in addition to giving a big widescreen look to films, it also gave filmmakers some very unique flare and bokeh patterns. And it's these flare patterns have become somewhat of the norm in cinema filmmaking and are desired by a lot of filmmakers even today. Now, if you're just getting into film and you desire that anamorphic look, you're going to find out pretty quickly that, well, anamorphic lenses, they can be pretty expensive. And if you're on a shoestring budget, what are you going to do? Well, fortunately, there's a little company out there that you can find at www.haraxo.com that has these anamorphic filters that screw on over standard lenses to give you some of those anamorphic looks, both in bokeh and in flare, and all without breaking the bank. Now, they're built pretty well, and they're very reasonably priced, and fortunately, they don't have any glass elements, which means they're not going to degrade the image quality. Now, keep in mind that these are just filters designed to give you an anamorphic effect. They don't actually stretch out your footage, so in post, to give you that anamorphic look and feel, you're actually going to have to crop the top and bottom of your image, but you're going to retain the bokeh and flare effects of the anamorphic lens. Now, just to further demonstrate what that looks like, here's some sample footage that shows you the anamorphic looks and effects that you can get with these filters. Now, just for some clarification, Haraxo offers two different types of filters. The first one is just for the anamorphic light streaks, and all that really is just this thin little silver line here. It's a little piece of metal string that runs from one end of the filter to the other, and that creates that streaking effect of the light that you see with anamorphic lenses. The other kind that they offer is this one here, which in addition to give you the anamorphic light streak, which you can see in the middle there, it also gives you that anamorphic shaped bokeh in the background as well. Cool thing too, these both rotate, so you can actually rotate how that light is streaking in the image too. It's pretty neat. All right, so what are some of the downsides of these filters? Well, for starters, with shorter focal lengths, like say around 35 millimeters, vignetting is a real serious problem. I found that I needed to be up around 85 millimeters full frame equivalent to get rid of the vignetting effect altogether. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. Well, they come in a variety of filter sizes, 52 millimeters, 58, 72, and 77 millimeters. Haraxo also claims that they can create filters in other sizes as well. Now, in addition to various filter sizes, Haraxo also has a variety of bokeh filters that you can screw on as well that change the look and feel of the background highlights and bokeh rendering. Now, in my opinion, this is mostly gimmicky stuff, but a lot of videographers like that anamorphic flare effect. And if that's what you desire, well, these filters can give you that look. And again, I keep saying this, for a very reasonable price. So check them out at www.haraxo.com. Keep in mind it's a small company, so don't expect an Amazon.com-like experience from these guys, but the site's functional, and most importantly, you can get your filters, and you can get them in a reasonable amount of time. So in the end, it's really hard not to recommend something that can give you a similar effect that a lens costing potentially hundreds or thousands of dollars more can give you. And again, you can do this on the cheap. This is Darren Miles with Darren Miles Photography based here in beautiful sunny Naples, Florida. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like these reviews, please don't forget to subscribe. So until the next time, happy filming.